okay? I burn out, we burn out. Everyone I know personally that works either for themselves or somebody else burns out. Then to give you some tools and resources, some concepts to ponder about so you can put in the work before life ramps up and gets busy. So something that I did really, really well this year is my boundaries. If you do feel burnout, that does not make you a weak person. It actually makes you human, and you are not alone here. Hello and welcome to another episode of the In Her Power podcast. Hope you guys are doing so well. If you're listening to us in real time, happy Monday. I'm very excited about today's episode because we're touching on the fact that it's almost Christmas, which we love. If there's one thing you should know about me, I love Christmas. I'm a Christmas fanatic. I have the most beautiful, nostalgic core memories from Christmas time. And so I take Christmas, and when I mean Christmas, from basically 31st of October onwards is Christmas for me, and I take it very seriously. But you know what else I take very seriously that also happens around Christmas time is burnout. Okay, I burn out, we burn out. Everyone I know personally that works either for themselves or somebody else burns out towards the end of the year. And it's not even necessarily a work-related burnout. It's burnout in general. It's like mental, physical exhaustion. And so today we need to talk about burnout and how to really protect your energy, protect your peace as we approach the holiday season, the busy period of the year. If you're a business owner, a content creator, or someone that does like a side hustle to some degree, you will know end of year is crazy, even if you're an employee in a workplace. So I thought, what better time to talk about how to avoid the burnout, how to prepare for busy season, than to give you some tools and resources, some concepts to ponder about so you can put in the work before life ramps up and gets busy. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about exactly that, and it's going to come at the perfect time. So let me just preface by saying burnout does not always mean you have hit rock bottom when it comes to energy or emotion or stress levels or whatever. And it goes beyond just feeling genuinely tired. It is being overworked. It is being emotionally drained, physically drained. It is exhaustion. It is just like feeling like I have put in a lot of work this year. I'm ready for a mother effing break, right? This is burnout. It does not have to be to the extreme of, as I said, hitting rock bottom. And it's not just feeling tired. It can mean and feel a variety of different things and a variety of different ways to everyone. I think also burnout can honestly happen at any point of the year. It tends to be around end of year period when we've got holidays to plan for. We have deadlines within the business. We have budgets to stick to. We have Christmas presents to buy. We have Christmas to plan. We have the new year to plan for and to set goals for. There's like a whole ecosystem that goes into the concept of burnout, and I really feel like it's amplified at the end of the year. And I think not only does business deadlines and, holiday periods to plan for or save for add to the burnout pressure, it's also the pressure to like finish the year strong, quote unquote, or overcommitment to your social plans and your work deadlines. And there's also like this comparison culture as well at the end of the year I used to fall for, but now I can really see as a consumer of content, of social media, everyone else is doing more or buying more or working harder or finishing stronger. It's a really hard time. And I think if you are like me and you feel that pressure, you feel that burnout creeping in towards the end of the year, you are not alone. And I really want to talk about the ways in which we can protect our energy, protect our peace for when life gets busy and when people seem to be doing all the things. And there's a lot of quotation marks if you're not watching me in video today. Lots of quotation marks, as I feel like almost things that we feel and we compare ourselves to aren't always a reality. We're perceiving them in a certain way, often in a heightened state of mind. So let's go through the ways that I am this year going to really harness my energy, my peace, and to really protect them. So something that I did really, really well this year is my boundaries. I'm saying no to the events I don't want to go to. I'm saying no to the deadlines that are actually unrealistic. I'm saying no to the friends that want me to do things that I don't want to do. And I'm actually saying no without the guilt. I'm prioritizing what truly matters, and that is my business, it's my health, and it's my family. They are my core pillars to my life. They are my core values, if you will. They are my priorities. And my calendar, my social calendar, is going to revolve around those things is not the other way around. Another thing that I did really well last year that again I'm going to amplify, rinse and repeat, is making sure I'm having my resets, even if they are micro resets. That means getting off social media over the weekend. That means resetting my physical space if it's making me anxious. That means resetting my workstation. That means going through and doing a digital reset, unfollowing the people make me feel less than, that make me feel X, Y, and Z. I don't have the time for it. And you know what? As a 29-year-old, almost 30-year-old for the first time in my life, I'm no longer available to feel that way. So I am doing my micro resets because I know they allow me to stay on track. They allow me to feel good. They allow my energy to flow nicely. They are important. So prioritizing your boundaries and your micro resets are going to be the catalyst for you as we approach the really busy end of the year. Next thing I would recommend, and they do go hand in hand with the micro resets, are your energy audits. So where is my energy leaking? How can I reserve or preserve some of that energy by taking it back? Is it going into closed-minded, half-assed friendships? That's an energy leak. Bye-bye. Am I doing things I just don't love doing anymore just because I've done them once before, or just because they've worked once before? That's an energy leak. We're cutting them out. So let's do a little bit of an audit. Where is my energy going? What is making me feel drained at the end of the day, or at the end of the week, at the end of the month? And what actually lights me up when I do it? Do more of that, less of the drainy, leaky, yucky. Okay? And the last thing that I would really recommend, again, I did this last year. I've just recently done it at the time of recording in September. I have simplified my routines. And if you listen to our last episode about my life update and how to really honor your season, sometimes dependent on the season that you're in, the workload that you have, the things that you're going through, the priorities that you have, sometimes you need to simplify and align and readjust your routines accordingly. So sometimes that doesn't actually mean dropping the routines. It's actually making them a little bit more sustainable. So if you're someone that is currently working a little bit later than normal, or you're going to bed a little bit later than normal, waking up at 3:45 a.m. is maybe not the best option for you. How can we simplify that? Maybe you're someone that is putting in some extra work at the moment, but you're still trying to train for your marathon and do your yoga and do your Pilates and do your weight training every single day. Let's simplify that and honor the season that we're in. This is ultimately going to impact how you're feeling at the end of the day, at the end of the month, end of the week, work week predominantly. And this is how we're going to work with ourselves and our season to avoid that burnout completely. I think also something that I did last year, and I really want to touch on it just ever so slightly, is I used to make end of year a big bad beast, right? I would get to around September, October and be like, oh no, like bite my nails and get really anxious about, end of year. Of course, Christmas is coming, which is very exciting, but I'd be like, okay, the budget's got to be in alignment. Everything has to be planned and prepped, and it's got to be rigid and scary, and it's a big beast, and we have to be prepared for it and prep ourselves. Let's reframe end of year. Yeah, it's a bit busy, but that doesn't mean I have to be scared or anxious or worried about it. I don't have to be in survival mode. I don't have to be in fight or flight. I get to make it a season of intention, of alignment. I get to reframe it completely. I get to shift my mindset around it. It's not a scary big beast. Of course, we might get a little bit busier, but I'm not going to be in fight and flight. I'm not going to be in survival mode. I'm going to be in intentional mode. So I'm going to ask myself, how do I want to finish this year? How do I want to feel on the 31st of December, 2025? And then I'm actually going to do the legwork now to ensure that the habits, routines, and rituals, the expectations are put into place so that I can finish the year in exactly that way. In the same breath though, even if you get a bit anxious around end of year, you're spending more money on presents and Christmas decor, and you're doing more activities, you're going to more things, you're maybe got events you buy a new outfit for, or you like to have a little drink at these events. So you're spending more money in general, and you've got anxiety around these events or spending money, or, the business you work for or the business that you're in, it has a lot of deadlines, right? There is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of just stuff. There's no other word for it. It's just stuff that goes on at the end of the year. If you do feel burnout, that does not make you a weak person. It actually makes you human, and you are not alone here. It may just be a sign that you're running on empty, or you've been running on empty for maybe a little bit too long, and it's time for you to take a break. And we're going to do a complete topic on this. We're going to talk about it and deconstruct it, but you need to do a reset at the end of the year, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But it's just a sign to you that you tapped out, and that is so fine. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you less productive, have less grit. you're just ready to tap out like a lot of us are. You get to be more powerful when you protect your energy. So as I said, we're putting the legwork now and giving you these tangible tips and tricks and resources and things to just ponder about so that you can implement them as life starts to ramp up over the next couple of months. I want you to think about something you've learned from today's episode, and I want you to practice one of them this week. Maybe that's setting your boundaries. Maybe that's doing a micro reset. Maybe that's actually doing your energy audit. I want you to start practicing doing the things that are going to protect your peace and your energy, and start practicing them this week so that by the time we're in the hustle bustle of the holiday season, Christmas, busy period, you've done the legwork, you've laid the foundation, you're all good. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope it's given you a little bit of inspo, a little bit of motivation to really lay the groundwork, build your end of year brick by brick intentionally. As always, thank you so much. I love you so much. I'll see you in my next episode.